Shadow of the Erdtree expansion for Elden Ring is finally here, and you know what that means. It is time to face off against some of the toughest and craziest and, dare I say, unfair bosses you've ever seen in video games. That's up for debate. Let us know in the comments. Regardless, that means there's going to be tons of gamer rage when it comes to some of these fights. So, lucky for you, we here at Direct Gaming have the perfect guide for you how to take on one of these bosses, aka Rellana. In this video, we're going to cover the following. First, we're going to go over the build used to take on this boss with some details on why certain items and talismans were used. Then, a deep dive into how the boss fight works, what moves to look out for, and how to counter them. Please keep in mind that you can run any build that you want during any of these fights. This is just simply what our own LittleBobby found the easiest for his personal run. Then finally, we'll have a full unedited run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to apply all that you've learned from this video. Without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Starting off, here are the base stats along with what our own LittleBobby used for this fight. The full stats will be on the right side of the screen, while the weapons and other items used will be on the left side. First up for the build includes weapons and armor. This includes the following. For our right hand armament, we use heavy great stars, which gives plus 25, and the skill prelate charge. For our left hand armament, we use heavy great stars plus 25 again, with finger seal plus 24 for incantation casting. As for the armor used, we went with the following. Okina mask, which gives plus 3 dexterity and plus 6 poise. And finally, we went with bull goat armor, gauntlets, and greaves, which, if you're wondering why, gives massive damage resistance. So times 3 of these, it's gonna help us out a lot. As for the talismans, we have the following. First up on the list is Millicent's Prosthesis, which boosts our dexterity by plus 5 and also raises our attack power with successive attacks. Next up on the list is Godskin Swaddling Cloth, which actually restores our HP with successful attacks. Right after that, we got Rotten Winged Sword, which greatly raises our attack power with more successful attacks. And finally, we have Spelldrake Talisman plus 2, which greatly boosts magical damage negation. After that, we can get into a couple of our psychs, which include Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear, which temporarily boosts our fire attack, and also Thorny Cracked Tear, which temporarily boosts our successful attack power. Finally, for our incantations, we have Flame Grant Me Strength, which raises physical and fire affinity attack power, Golden Vow, which increases attack and defense for ourselves and our allies, and finally, Blood Flame Blade, which enchants our right hand armament with Blood Flame granting fire damage. One final note to keep is that while Bobby was using Lord's Divine Fortification, he highly recommends switching that out for Barrier of Gold, which will grant greatly increased magic damage negation for self and allies. Also, a final note you might have seen on Bobby's character is that he is currently on New Game plus 3, so keep that in mind here when he's going against this boss. Alright, build is done. Let's get on to the actual strategy on how to take this boss down. Now, if you happen to be going with our particular build, before you even enter the arena, immediately summon Lita, the NPC summon present at the entrance of Rellana's lair. While she is being summoned, make sure to cast incantations to grant yourselves buffs. Now it's time for the showdown. When you finally enter the chamber, immediately summon your Mimic and then make sure to heal with your flask and move out of the way, allowing both Lita and your Mimic to take aggro. While she is busy fighting, look for openings where she's clearly locked in an attack animation against your allies, and then be sure to sneak up and jump attack with your LB or L1 to get 1 or 2 solid attacks in on her. After this, however, though, make sure you immediately retreat. The boss will end up focusing on you and you may have to dodge some basic attacks, but your Mimic and Lita should take some aggro again pretty quickly. Along the way during the fight, the boss will most likely get stunned, and this is where you can get a bulk of your damage in. Rush in as quickly as possible and try to get 3 to 4 successful hits on her. This will also heal a little bit of your health and also do massive damage thanks to the talismans that we mentioned beforehand. If you've been bold enough to go for 4 hits, you will need to be prepared to dodge and run. Even at Bobby's current level with his gear, she could easily kill him in 3 hits, and most deaths were because he did get a little greedy, so do keep that in mind. As for some of her magic attacks, she will have a few throughout the phases of the battle. Early in the fight and sometimes in the middle, she will spawn something similar to the Karian attack Loretta from the base game would spawn. This attack features a number of magical blades appearing around her head and shooting towards you if you get too close to the boss. This is easily dodgeable with the right timing, and your allies will take the brunt of the damage if they're able to pour aggro when she casts this. The second magic attack was a great sword-like attack where she conjures a magical blade. She will first cast it down towards you, so you'll need to time your dodge. Then she will end up swinging in a large circular pattern that goes almost all the way around her. If the boss happens to be in the corner when this happens, you should have enough space to run away and avoid the circular swipe completely. However, if she happens to be in the center of the room, the area of the attack will cover most of the available arena space, and you will very most likely have to dodge this attack as well. As the fight continues on and you get her down to about 50% health, she will enchant her blade with flame and summon flame geysers in her general vicinity. Now it's time for the big attack. When you get her health down very low, she does a pretty big move called Twin Moon Attack. Here she will summon 2 moons that come crashing down onto the ground that you will have to time your jumps. Then she will slam herself into the ground, which requires a 3rd jump. You need to be very careful here. Luckily, Bobby was able to get some footage of this, but never successfully dodged it, as he did not encounter in his last fight due to actually out-damaging her attack cycle and getting the kill. But after reviewing the footage and looking at exactly what happened and what he could do going forward, just simply make sure that you time your jumps and do not dodge, as dodging is ineffective against this attack and will likely get you killed pretty fast. Just keep repeating by going in while she's distracted and dodging or jumping to avoid attacks when necessary. Allow your allies to take the aggro, sneak in to get some attacks, and really try to get some damage in on her when she is stunned. Keep repeating all of this until you finally take the boss down. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to take Rellana down. If you enjoyed the guides and the like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Elden Ring guides along with some of our other guides and deep talks on the channel as well if you happen to enjoy this type of content. You can find all of these videos in the top right corner and the pinned comment as well, so we hope you check them out. Thanks again for watching the video. I've been Tallen with Direct Gaming. Shout out to our pro gamer, LittleBobby, who you can also follow over on Twitter at LittleBobby TV. He always replies and talks a lot about gaming over there as well. If you want to talk to us live, don't forget to also check out our live streams that we like to do weekly, as we usually do these on the weekends. We hope to see you there. With all that being said, we hope you have a great day and week, and we can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.